Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. You know the drill, you know the routine, you know the score. I want to start out by saying thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, telling me your weird sexual fantasies, all that good stuff. And if you're listening over on Anchor.fm, Google Podcasts, Spotify, somewhere like that, I also want to thank you for listening. But there is a link if you're on Anchor.fm. There's a link in the description of this podcast, and you can come over and subscribe to my YouTube channel also if you want. I'm not your dad. I can't make you do anything, but it's there if you want to use it. So do with that information what you will. People, as humans, some people, have a really hard time learning their lessons. Despite the fact that we have, sayings that have been used for years and years and years. You know, those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it and things like that. Humankind in general is not really good at learning its lessons, changing its mind, and just saying, I'm horrible. I don't think I should be doing this. Look, we have cops out there that, despite the fact that a cop just got convicted of murder for using excessive force on a suspect, we have a cop out there who mistook her real gun for her taser, shot a guy point blank in the chest. We have another cop I just read today that a guy was out there calling 911. He was the guy calling. He was having an issue with his roommate, some kind of domestic dispute. And while he was on the phone to 911, a cop rolled up and mistook his cordless phone for a gun and shot him. It's like, whoa, these people obviously are not meant for this kind of job. They just don't know the difference between a gun and anything else. It's like, oh my God, officer, I'm just going to use my keys to open my car. Oh my God, he's got a gun. Bam, bam. I don't understand that. And after all the George Floyd stuff happened, you would think they'd be a little more cautious, but no, they just don't learn their lesson apparently. It's like the guy, every town I think in America has the guy, the drunk driving guy. He's been arrested 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Doesn't matter. His driver's license has been taken away for the rest of his life. He still buys a car, slaps somebody's license plate on there, doesn't belong to the car, gets somebody else to insure it or whatever, and keeps driving and keep doing it again and again and again because he never learns his lesson. And luckily, out of all the things that are wrong with me, and there are many, you don't have to point them out, I am well aware, but I learned my lessons pretty quick, I think. I mean, I know not to make Sang-Lai angry. I know not to say certain things to Sang-Lai so she doesn't get mad, because that's always bad. Say hello, Sang-Lai.
Hello.
Hello. And, you don't touch a pan that's on the stove because it's hot. You kind of learn your lesson. Even when I was younger, I used to be a babysitter, believe it or not, but I did. But, you get a couple bruised kids and parents freaking out, and I begin to think, maybe this isn't the job best suited for me. Now, in my defense, I didn't mean to harm the kids, but, babies are really cute. Snow globes are really cute. I just kept forgetting which one I wasn't supposed to shake. It's an honest mistake. It could have happened to anybody, is all I'm saying. But I realized I wasn't that good at it. I'm not good at playing the guitar. I have owned so many guitars in my life with the intent of me telling myself, this is the time. I'm going to learn how to play. I'm going to go to the YouTube. I'm going to practice. I'm going to practice. I'm going to practice. I'm going to hire a teacher. I'm going to buy a course. I'm going to do all this to no avail. And now, one day I just got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm just not good at this. This is not my thing. I can't do it. And I know we're not supposed to say can't because, you shouldn't quit on your dreams. But it's kind of a silly dream. What am I going to do with that skill anyway? Who am I going to impress by sitting there playing Mary Had a Little Lamb on a fucking expensive guitar? Nobody. It's just not my thing. And I realize that, so I don't do it. Like singing in public. I'm a horrible singer. I do not have a singing voice. My singing voice is kind of like a rabid cat being run over by a train with really squeaky brakes when it's trying to stop from hitting the cat. Think about those two sounds together. That's what my singing voice sounds like. And I was reminded of that by everybody growing up. Thanks, Dad. So I just don't do that in public anymore. I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't do the karaoke. But yeah, I think I'm pretty good at learning my lessons. But some people aren't. Like I read another story about a guy. I mean, even the things that most people would think, there's something shady about that, people are still falling for it, which is why these things still happen. A guy answered an ad on a Craigslist ad. And Craigslist is where you're going to find the weirdos, the freaks, the cheapos, and the serial killers, and the cannibals, and the people that want to have sex with your dead relatives' corpses. All those people, Craigslist is where you go to find ads from them. And this guy decided he wanted the free couch somebody was offering, and the person giving it away convinced him that he worked till 11 o'clock, so meet him in a really bad area of town, really dark, bad area of town, about 11:30 to do the exchange, and the guy just went, "It's a free couch." And well, you can figure out what happened after that. He got robbed, he got mugged, they stole his car, they found his car later, it was all beat to shit. And speaking of shit, somebody had actually defecated in the back seats. They could have at least left him a thank you note. Thank you for letting me steal your car. I've used it. It ran out of gas, but here it is. But no, they got to take it one step further. But you kind of feel sorry when you hear that kind of thing, but then you think he did that for a free, used couch. And you never know if the pictures are going to, even if it was legitimate. There are just some things I think you don't want to have used. People might have cockroaches, they might have lice, they might have bed bugs, there might be stains of various sorts that you probably don't want your flesh to be in contact with. I'm sure you can figure out what that is, but if not, piss, shit, and jizz. That's all over them used couches. You don't want anything to do with that. But still, if you're going to answer a Craigslist ad and go meet somebody in a dark, abandoned, bad part of town at 11:30 at night, I can empathize for your situation, but I have no sympathy for you because in your mind you thought, okay, this is free. This isn't going to cost me any money. It's a free couch. It's a free sofa. I need a sofa. On the other hand, this area is the worst for murders in my town. It's really dark. Most of the houses are abandoned. There's just some kind of disconnect there. I don't quite understand. But it's okay. I don't blame you. I don't have any hate toward you. I just think we should be better at learning our lessons. I tried to put together, I'm not an electrician. I know nothing about electricity. I know nothing about electronics. I don't know how the things are put together. The doohickeys with the thingamabobs go inside the whatchamacallit, and I don't know about any of that. But trying to impress a female once, she had a lamp that the plug end had been cut off. She bought it at a yard sale. It didn't have a plug, but she bought the lamp anyway because it was only like $1.50. It was a really good looking lamp, but she just wanted it to work. So we decided to take another old lamp, cut the plug part off, and then I used a knife to scrape away all the plastic around the two things. I don't know anything about wiring. I just thought all them wires in there, what you did is you tied them both together from the plug end, tied them together from the lamp cord end, and then you just wrapped them all together, put some tape around it, and that was it. I didn't know anything about negative and positive. I didn't know anything. And when I plugged it in, not only did I get quite a shock, but every fuse in the house, poof, it was horrible. Everything just kind of went black. There was a lot of noise, a lot of ruckus, and yeah. But see, I've never tried that again because I realized that's not my thing. That's the point I'm trying to make. Don't be a hero. If you don't know how to do something, say you don't know how to do it. Move on with your life. Find something you're good at. That's how most big musicians and artists get started. They realize they are good at nothing else except maybe singing, playing the guitar. Going to start a band. They become rich and famous after a few years, right? And comedians are the same way. They'll tell you, I'm not good at anything else. Like, this is all I've known. This is all I've done. Everything else I've tried has been complete failure. And that's okay, though. We think of failure as this horrible thing, and it is a horrible feeling when it happens, but it gives us a chance to say, this is my weakness. This is my strength. You can build on your strengths. Let go of the weaknesses. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because this isn't some self-help fucking podcast. And nobody's going to listen to it anyway. Nobody's going to take my advice. And you probably wind up being miserable, going to jail 10 times for drunk driving, or shooting somebody with a gun when you thought it was a baseball bat. Whatever the fuck happens. But I'll use another example. People that have kids. There should be signs before you have kids that you probably shouldn't have kids. If you're always borrowing money to pay your electric bill, you probably shouldn't have kids. They're very expensive. If you can't keep a plant alive for longer than a couple weeks, you should probably not have a kid. Plants are easy. Give them some sun, give them some water. They're going to grow. Nature does all the work. You just got to do the very basic, simple things. If you can't do that, don't have a fucking kid. They take a lot more care, and nature is not going to help you at all. Nature is going to be against you. I'll tell you that. If you ever think about hiring somebody like me to babysit your kid, you should not be having a baby, because that's a horrible idea. And if your judgment is that bad where you can look at me and go, that's the guy I want to watch him when he's all alone, and I'm sure he's going to be fine. Yeah. Remember, babies are cute, snow globes are cute. I don't know which one not to shake sometimes. It just gets confusing. All right, but that's going to be it for this one. Just a little update. 4 more days until we're done with the lockdown here in Cambodia where I live, and I couldn't be more excited. I can already feel the rustling of my genitals starting to get a little stiff in my underwear thinking about it. But I don't want to blow my load yet, because I still got 4 days. And that would be a pretty big load, 4 days worth. Don't want to flood the apartment with jizz. All right. I'm going to leave you on that note. I'm going to leave you with thoughts about my jizz. That's never a good thing, but there it is. Don't be offended. It's the best I can do. Oh, I also saw an article about a guy that actually could smoke cigarettes through his asshole. Pretty interesting. Just thought I threw it out there. Look it up on the Googles. All right, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Be safe, kids. Wear a condom. Don't stick a cigarette up your ass.